saturated fats such as butter, like solid crystal oil, things that solidify at room temperature, they can stack. And so they're going to be the molecule that will clog your arteries if you have too much of them, okay? So these are unsaturated or healthier due to that double bond making that bend, and saturated are not as healthy due to the ability to clog and stack and solidify. So fats, what do we use these lipids for in our bodies? So first we burn our sugar, and then let's say now you have to go into your reserve energy and start breaking down the glycogen, which breaks down into sugar. And then once you burn that, now you're going to start burning fat. So it takes a lot to eventually get there, but fat is your second energy source. However, for the most part, it's helping you in your cell membrane, your cell structure. It's helping keeping you warm and insulated as well. So this is the group of lipids. That's your second macromolecule.
What do you?
Lipids are throughout your body. It's your fat. So it's, again, it is your second energy source. It's part of your cell membrane structure, and it serves for insulation and warmth. Proteins is your third macromolecule group. Now, proteins basically do everything in your cells. Their cell structure and function, they transport, they move things, they moderate things, they help reactions happen, they're enzymes, they are, everything about you is protein based almost. So proteins truly make you who you are. I do not want you to remember this, okay? It will throw you off, so I'm going to just black it out, okay? So the monomer version of protein, so the simple molecule version, is called an amino acid. Here is a picture of it. It has an amine group, which is basic. It has a carbon, and it has a carboxylic. That's an OH there. This molecule, there exists 20 different versions. This is the part that's different between all of them, the R group. The R group is the unique part of it. It'll be some other molecule attached to it. Maybe a carbon with hydrogens, maybe a ring. It'll be something unique. And there are 20 different amino acids that when put together, they make us who we are. They build protein. So when you put amino acids together, let's look for the amino acids here. We have an amine, we have the N, a carbon, and a carbon. That's one amino acid. We have a nitrogen, a carbon, a carbonyl. That's another amino acid. Nitrogen, carbon, carbonyl. Nitrogen, carbon, carbonyl. So we have 4 different amino acids attached to each other. You are starting to build a protein now. There is another name for proteins that I want you to add to your notes, is that sometimes we call proteins polypeptides. Now the reason we call them polypeptides is because how they hold on to each other. The bond that holds amino acids together is called a peptide bond. You are expected to know that. So again, the bond holding this together is a peptide bond. So a peptide bond holds the amino acids together to help build a protein. Good. So the monomer is an amino acid. You put a bunch of amino acids together and you start to build the polymer protein. All right, your last one, nucleic acids. Nucleic acids are used to build RNA and DNA. They are basically your genetic code. So you need DNA to have proteins. Without DNA, you don't know what proteins, if your body doesn't know how to make proteins. The code, the DNA code, ATGC, ATGC, that tells me what amino acid to make. and then the amino acid will then build and become part of proteins. So you need the DNA, your genetic code, to design you. Now, nucleic acids, again, participate in the process of protein synthesis. That's what I just explained. I want you to make a note that nucleic acids, their monomer is a nucleotide. For some reason, this one is the most difficult to remember. It has a phosphate group. That's this capital P here. It has a 5-carbon sugar and a nitrogen base. This whole thing is one nucleotide. There are 4 different types of nucleotides in DNA. There is adenine, and it's named by the nitrogen base that it has. So this has a phosphate, a 5-carbon sugar, and the nitrogen base adenine. So this is an adenine nucleotide. Here's another phosphate, a 5-carbon sugar, and the nitrogen base thymine. That is a nucleotide. Then we have the nucleotide guanine and the nucleotide cytosine. So we name the nucleotide by using the name of its nitrogen base. And once you put a bunch of nucleotides together, since that's the monomer, you put nucleotides together, you build the polymer nucleic acid. And in this case, I'm building DNA because 1, it's double-stranded, and 2, the letters A, T, G, C. If it were RNA, it would be single-stranded, and you would not have T, you would have U instead, the letter U. So to help you recognize it quickly, though, is that this is the only one with the phosphate group. And so as soon as you see phosphate group in the question, it's normally a nucleotide or a nucleic acid. So those are your 4 macromolecules. So I've covered all the vocabulary: monomer, polymer, carb, glucose, starch, cellulose, lipids, fatty acid chains, triglycerides, saturated fat, unsaturated fat, cholesterol, phospholipid, amino acid, protein, nucleotides, nucleic acid, and A, G, C, T, which are the nucleotides: adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. Okay, now finish your table. I'm going to go around and check it, and you can get your responders in the meantime.